Hi, welcome to the Realtors Conspiracy Podcast. I'm here today with Pete Vandyk from PVV Insurance, and he is a successful insurance broker that gained a lot of business through networking, and we're here to talk about networking today.
Thank you for having me, Maude.
Yeah, so tell us about your journey. How did you decide to go into networking?
Oh, it's been an interesting journey. The networking flowed through my chamber connections. So Chamber of Commerce has been very good to us in Burlington, members since 1992. And after a few years of membership, somebody said, you should join a committee. If you really want to be involved in your community, get on a committee. So I joined Political Action, not knowing too much about politics. It fostered an interest in politics that's still here today, and a whole group of awesome contacts through the chamber. And it kind of spilled out from there.
So you were networking with the chamber, but somebody told you to join a committee.
Yes.
Then it grew from there.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, so that was, you can put your toe in the water, which I was doing, or you can jump in off the deep end, so I did that, and thankfully there were some sage members, like Randy Picard in the early days too, that took me under their wing, had some time for me, Scott McCammon, people that had time for a young person.
And then when people started mentoring you in networking, now that you've been doing it since 1992, are you mentoring others to network?
By osmosis, I think that's been happening. And as a result of some successful networking, they've turned into friendships.
Yes.
So, you meet friends that have something in common, and before you know it, you're volunteering together, you're going to each other's birthday parties, and it just kind of takes off from there. So thankful the networking's led to some awesome friendships I still have today.
Good. And then how do you see the difference with people who join all the chambers and go to some events and then they're just spread out versus...
That's a great question. They collect cards. So I think of it in grade 7 when someone's collecting hockey cards. You're standing in a group talking, and here comes someone, hi, I'm Jim, bang. Okay, thank you. It's almost as if their goal is to go back to their boss and say, look, I met 80 people, but I didn't really connect with any of them. So I would tell anybody networking, keep your circle small and be the big fish in your small pond. Be sincere when you reach out. If you go to an event, make a goal of 1 or 2 or 3 people. Don't try to collect 80 cards, because we will watch you bop through the room and it doesn't look right.
Yeah.
I don't think their bosses would be proud of that.
No? Did you learn that? Were you more like that before and then you changed?
No, I never was too aggressive I'm aggressive with some opinions sometimes, but not with my networking. I was probably more in the background.
Okay.
But yeah, people like Diana Tashinsky, who we knew well, she was always at the events, Rod Wright. So I would look for those 2 or 3 familiar faces and then try to branch out from there. Sometimes if I went to an event and I didn't see anybody I knew, I was gone pretty fast.
Oh,
yeah, I will admit to having those, look around the room twice, I'm out of here.
I've done that.
Yeah. We're all human, right? Yeah. Feel a bit exposed sometimes.
Yeah. What would you say to a young person trying to get into networking? What tips would you give that person?
Be sincere. Be yourself. Yeah. Take the time to get to know the people. If you see somebody that you know with somebody you'd like to know or meet, ask for an introduction. Okay. It's much more sincere than just running up and collecting a card when they're in the middle of a conversation. I would also watch body language. So, we tend to stand in a circle when we're talking. If you see a group and they're standing in a C, that means they're open to a visit. So, a networking person taught me always form a C, so there's an opening for someone to join your conversation. When you don't, it looks exclusive, it looks a bit cliquey, like you don't want to meet anybody. You're discussing, other stuff. So I'm always conscious of that. And I would say to people networking too, it can be a lot like a grade 8 dance. You're looking around the room, you want to talk to that person, not sure what to do, and you will get approached by shitty people. Yeah. It happens, and follow your gut. If you get a shitty vibe, chuck the card. Last thing a young lady wants is a text at 3 in the morning from some guy she just met at a networking event. No. So chuck the card. There's nothing wrong with saying to somebody, if you got a weird feeling, oh, I'm out of cards today.
Oh, no way.
Can I take yours and I will email you tomorrow?
Yeah, that's a good
I guess it's the fake phone number from the 80s in the bar, right?
Yeah.
But it gives you a chance to step back and think, do I really want to connect with somebody? Because I am cautious, or I would like to caution the youth, not everybody's a good lead.
Yes. Okay.
And if you want to be everything to everybody, they're going to use you too. Yeah. You're going to quote things that you're never going to get. Mm-hmm. Nothing worse than always quoting, never closing.
Yeah.
So if you create a network, they're going to come to you for your expertise first rather than the cheapest price. Yeah. So, and I've tried the big groups, I've tried focused groups where you pay to play. They don't work for me.
No.
I've been successful in just creating genuine contacts and friendships through it all. And if we do a good job, they will tell somebody else. That's what I'm after, those good, solid referrals.
Very good. And then once you're more seasoned networker and then you become more of an ambassador, how do you embrace that goal, that role?
That's a little tough at times because the event can set the tone for how you feel.
Okay.
At the Chamber right now, we're in the process of bringing in some of the young professionals into that ambassador team too, because if you're a 30-something and you're looking out at the crowd at all of us older people, does that feel inviting, or would you rather look at a couple of 30-somethings that say, hey, I've got something in common with those people. Those are the ones I'm going to seek out. So I do think age seeks out age in the beginning, but mentorships can go either way.
Yeah.
I also believe that a younger person can mentor an older person.
Yeah.
So I'm not technologically savvy. I'm late to the party, only got on LinkedIn and Twitter a few years ago, but I got on because of younger people and my sons encouraging me to get out there and network. So I'm thankful for some of our friends who have encouraged me to try things that maybe the younger generation's doing or embracing faster.
And if you're still shy, like you said, sometimes you go to an event and walk away, what are tips that you give yourself to get
Go with a buddy.
Okay.
So I'm past that now, but I'll say to someone, you can see it in their eyes, you know too, because you get around to a few places, you can see that sheepishness. So it's like, come with me for the first 10 or 15 minutes. I'll be over here, circle the room once or twice. We'll do some intros and then circle back to me at the end. Always want to make you feel included. And Burlington, Hamilton, great places to do business. The cities have been great to our businesses. And we have another office in the Smithville area, the top of the Grimsby Hill. This whole horseshoe right now is very good place to be. Great place to be.
Very cool. What are the benefits or stories that you lived through that was a good success based on networking?
Individual stories, hard to pick one or two. I would say just watching these friendships grow from, doing a shift at the YWCA and cooking, bringing in a few friends, and then watching, you get invited to other things, and all of a sudden this group grows and you find like-minded people that are hanging out together that want to support the same charities, that are on the same boards, and want to go to the same functions. So you can the benefit is really strong friendships when it's all done, I think.
Yeah, very cool. Are you able to say that you successfully grew from networking, your business, like money-wise?
Yeah. Totally. We sell a generic product, insurance.
Yeah.
You can buy it in the bubblegum machine nowadays, but you're not buying the right stuff. So we've succeeded by creating relationship-based selling, where you will still talk to me 20 years later after you bought the policy. Now, I might not be in when you call, but that voicemail will be returned in a day. We got a layer of support staff that deals with people by their last name, so you get the same person on the phone, again, creating relationships. So relationship-based selling and networking, it just worked out really well.
So people who go networking for, again, not just the card, but people who go to like 3 or 4 events and then they give up because they didn't get anything right away, what do you say to someone?
I say you didn't give it enough time.
Yeah.
And somebody told me years ago, another one of these sage older guys said, don't join the chamber for the business. Join to get involved in the community and network, and the business will come if you're sincere. So what's that thing about Field of Dreams? They build it and they will come. So build your nest and people will come towards you, and protect your nest. There are, I said it before, shitty people out there. So you got a nest of 8 or 10 people that are in businesses where we have great referring relationship. Don't let a shitty person in, because all they want is your contacts. Your leads, you can see it. They're all over you within a heartbeat. LinkedIn, and then they're telling you stuff you're doing wrong without knowing you, trying to sell to you. Take the card in the blue box. Thank you. Hope I don't see you again. And I gotta think, don't they feel it when they get home after all those jamming my conversations and asking for cards and pretending they've checked me out? No. So those people we can do without. Those are time wasters. And we don't need any more time wasters in this world of distractions.
Yeah. How often do you go to networking events?
I'm going to say once or twice a month.
Okay.
Regular chamber networking. Of course, being on the board now too, we want to go to almost everything we can.
Yeah.
And then I do a little bit of stuff outside of that with my son in the Hamilton area. I love to attend sponsored events. Yeah. Mayor's series in town, some of the lunch and learns, the events in Hamilton that they do, and just to broaden your horizon. So it can't all be chamber.
Yeah. So some people might be scared of like the time commitment to networking, but 1 or 2 events.
It's not hard. It's usually around the dinner hour. So I gave up a few meals when the kids were little, but it's funny, now they're joining me to network. So, and then the charity ripple of it all. You get a chance to get a crew together. You and I have cooked at the YWCA before. Yeah. Some of that stuff grew through our networks and through the friendships we made.
Yeah. Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, that's awesome. Thank you everyone for tuning in, and see you next week.
See ya.